18-year-old Allen Iverson may end up spending the next several years behind bars.
Star football and basketball athlete from Bethel High, Allen Iverson faced 3 felony counts. One of the top high school athletes in the country. He's on trial.
A fight started in a bowling alley. And it's white people fighting black people.
A chair-throwing brawl which injured half a dozen people at this bowling alley.
But it was far more black people than there was white people.
February 14th, 1993. It's approximately midnight. Myself, Allen, Michael Simmons, and my cousin Dwayne Campbell, we went bowling and just having a good time. He's just the type of person he is. A real great sense of humor.
He was pretty much trash talk out of the crew.
We was bowling, I mean, before hour and a half before everything happened. We was on like lanes 8 and 9. The incident took place around lane 32, 33. Totally on the other end of the bowling alley where the concession stand was at.
I don't even know how the incident got started, because at the time I was on the lane bowling, and I just hate to admit it again, but I threw a gutter ball, and I happened to slip at the time, and I was getting up off the ground. I heard somebody say, "Who was that guy in Allen's face?"
They white guys from Poquoson. If you from Virginia, you know that some people from Poquoson don't like black people.
Guys would try to, they would mess with him, try to get in his head. And I remember times I had to grab him. I'm like, look, man, there ain't gonna be none of this, man.
I seen it was a guy about my height at the time, white guy. So I just started jogging down there.
We was there among friends, and friends protect friends when something go down.
Everybody knew that Allen had the most potential, so nobody didn't really want to see nothing happen to him.
And you don't need this, man. These guys want to bring you down with them.
I seen a chair swinging, and instincts just took over.
The protection came in.
I don't remember exactly how it started. All I remember was just fighting, like just everywhere. While it was going on, I stopped and stood there and just looked around everywhere. And it actually scared me. Like I actually was like, man, I'm out of here.
First thing, I seen chairs flying, bowling alley pins.
My friend Dwayne was like, let's go, let's go. And somehow or another, we ended up getting up out of there. We all just got in the car and just went and got something to eat because we was hungry.
I didn't think I was, gonna go to jail or anything like that. I didn't even think I would get probation. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Me and Dwayne was at Allen's house, and we was just talking, and I was just like, yo, I feel we going to jail, Chuck. He's like, no, we're not going to jail.
We don't deserve to go to jail, man. I'm tired of worrying about what's gonna happen and hearing different people tell me what can happen.
Hey, do this and that, and you should have this and that.
All these people around here trying to tell me what they do and shit. He asked me, I'm gonna be like, first of all, I wanna thank my family and friends for sticking behind me. People in the Swiss program. I wanna thank all the little kids. I'm gonna say. Then again, I want to apologize to my family and friends. If I would have did all the stuff like he said, if I would have came with y'all, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? The real deal came with y'all, hit the girl in the head with the chair, hit him. You know what I'm saying? I understand why this shit happened. But he know damn well I ain't come with y'all niggas, man.
I really thought that I was being railroaded.
Man, this shit can ruin our whole, everybody's life.
This could turn us to hardcore criminals.
That judge can tear down, that judge can tear 4 black people down right now, just like that, if you want to. That white motherfucker got some power.
Security was very tight here this morning at Hampton Circuit Court. Several deputies and police were on guard.
We seen all the police they had in the courtroom, and I knew right then what was about to happen.
Only Iverson had anything to say before sentencing.
I did feel bad for what happened to the people that night at the court now. So I don't want that to happen to nobody in any situation.
The offense involving Robert Willis. The court sentences you to serve a term of 5 years in prison.
Judge Nelson Overton sentenced Iverson to 15 years behind bars, but suspended all but 5. His co-defendant, Michael Simmons, received 17 and a half years, and he suspended all but 5 of that as well.
15 years, 10 years suspended for an incident like that, you know, when people do a lot worse.
The air just totally went out of the courtroom, and then just everybody began to look around. Some people was crying. But it was just real weird and awkward. It just didn't seem like a real life story right now. Didn't seem real at all.
I never thought I'd see the day where adults would do something so drastically wrong to kids.
It's pretty sad.
You differently because you're a star? How do you feel?
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. That don't make no sense.
It was a nightmare. You know, it was really a nightmare.
What did they get? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Ann Iverson says she'd like to see her son finish high school.
I don't want him to be in jail that long. I want him to get out, and I want him to go to school.
I think they can be rehabilitated in jail also. I mean, there are programs available. There's a GED program there. Iverson could finish his education. They have recreational facilities. I don't think he'd be any worse off.
I just couldn't believe that people were this mean.
The judge decided that he would not grant a bond pending the appeal.
I remember telling my grandma, like, Nana, if I didn't do what these people said I did, why is God letting this happen to me? And she told me, and I never did it since then, never questioned God. I had my life, my family, and the game that I love so much taken away from me. I think I just learned so much from it. You know, it taught me a lot at an early age.
Mr. Iverson would be awakened at 4 o'clock. He would shower and shave or whatever he needed to do to prepare for that day. This is a working camp. You are here to work. And we cut all the grass, 27 miles. Anything green and is not moving, we cut it.
He used to kill me, man.
He knew it would irritate me. He would sing a cop killer song. I put my life on the line for anybody here, and to belittle that killing of a police officer, it made me think just another punk from the streets.
We have the story of what has happened to a young man who was headed for $1 million future, but now he's in jail.
I prepared myself for the worst. If I had to do this whole time in here, I just had to deal with it.
I thought the sentence was surprisingly harsh, and I think that our story had something to do with people looking at the case in a slightly different way because it got national attention.
I got a lot of love for NBC, Tom Brokaw. I mean, he did a lot for me, and I appreciate him. I owe a lot to him for that.
Hey, Alan, how do you feel? How do you feel, Alan?
No comment.
Are you glad it's over?
Governor Wilder gave me another shot at life. You know, if it wasn't for his signature, I might not be here. After I was incarcerated, I never even thought about dwelling on that night ever again, honestly, because the damage to me was already done.
I've got so many bags of letters from football and basketball coaches all over the country. But when this happened to him, they stopped calling.
All I thought about was getting a second chance. That was it.
It was almost like no one expected him to ever amount to anything. I knew that there would be somebody, there would be some school that would come to him, and all I needed was one.